Good evening. So we are continuing with the Uddhav Gita. We'll be doing Uddhav Gita for the next 4 days. So this is the 23rd chapter of the Uddhav Gita, and we had stopped at verse 16. So in the previous episode, we had seen how the jiva, when it identifies with every part of the body, that means the physical body, the senses, the mind, and every other thing that is associated with it, right up to the Mahad, it gets attached to it. And because of attachment, it continues in that subtle body beyond. The creation of the next body happens, or rather, we say that it takes up another body because of past tendencies and the karma associated. Desires are the root cause of going ahead in this flow. At the time of death, when someone has an intense desire to own something or to be a part of something, they will take up the next body which will be associated in that order. So it is not only detrimental to that individual who is now taking up a new body, but to the object which is the cause of their desire. Let us say it could be a house, it could be a property, it could be gold, it could be even we might have heard stories where the ghost is sitting on top of a pot of gold. We have some very funny stories where to find the pot of gold, there is a ghost sitting on top of it. You have heard about it. There are some trees on which the ghost will reside. Why? Because below that tree there is something. And this is the root cause of continuation of birth cycles. And there is no release from it. Sometimes these bodies, the bodies which they get, are of a kind which is called the Rakshasas body. Demonical. So these demonical bodies or the Rakshasas bodies are again very dangerous, because you could be a Brahmin and you could have done something which was totally against your nature. Let us say, for example, you ate meat from the cow. Naturally, you are going to become a Rakshasa. And when that happens, you have to be hanging around like that. This is the reason why this happens on a continuous basis. So this is where we had actually stopped. So now we will continue from verse 17 onwards. Today we are going to understand blissful state of the self. And why is this self so supposedly called blissful? We will understand this through various examples and through various verses that we are going to do. We are doing Uddhav Gita, the last message of Shri Krishna, chapter 23, verse 17. Cutting asunder with the sword of knowledge, sharpened by the service unto the teacher, this aggregate of mind, speech, pranas, body and work, which, though without a basis, is manifested in diverse forms, the meditative man wanders over the earth free from attachment. Cutting asunder with the sword of knowledge, sharpened by service unto the teacher. Shri Krishna is telling Uddhava how critical it is for any human being to find an enlightened master as a teacher. When you find an enlightened master as a teacher, he sometimes initiates you on the path which is mentioned, which is related to that individual. So this teacher or this guru, he takes charge of your karmas. So whatever, once you are initiated on the path, the karmas are going back to him. And when the karmas are associating with him, any misdoing, any kind of a wrong thing that the disciple does, its effects are seen on the master himself. This is the problem which they face. But let us not get into it. It is the master whose job is to give knowledge to the disciple. So Krishna is telling Uddhava, when you find this master, and rather he finds you, it's the other way around again. When he finds you, initiates you on the path, and trains you and teaches you personally, that knowledge, it is knowledge. Please understand. Unless and until you don't have the knowledge, you cannot cut these bonds of bondage anytime. This knowledge, which is related to the spiritual path, is severed. It's cut across. So, cutting asunder with the sword of knowledge, the sword of knowledge, sharpened by the service unto the teacher. See, the master is there. Now, why is this service often mentioned? Seva, Guru Seva. Why is this Guru Seva so important? It is because he has to take you under his wing. It is very important that you become one of his closest disciples, devotee. Rather than saying a disciple, it should be a devotee. To be a devotee of the master is so important because when you do seva unto the master, he will impart you with the highest knowledge of release from what is mentioned over there. This aggregate of mind, speech, pranas, body and the work. He will sever those bonds. So with the powerful knowledge which he imparts the disciple, this devotee, you can cut asunder, remove it totally. What you can remove? The mind, especially the mind. The mind is in the subtle body. And it is the subtle body which travels. I was telling you all in the beginning itself. The subtle body travels from, from one physical body to another, to another, to another, to another. It's an endless journey. And it is associated with, when it is written over your work, it means karma. Not work. It's karma. Alright? Speech. The speech which is associated with this one particular body is the cause of misery and held back for that purpose. Imagine saying something wrong to a person. Think. You may not like someone. And because of your speech, you say something to that person. The speech is the cause of misery to you as well as that person. The speech comes from a very important source called knowledge. When we speak, the words flow from our mouth. The words comprise of letters. The letters are called Shakti, power. Each letter is a power. So what you do is, the moment you call a name or say something evil or bad against another person, you are literally throwing out a flow of power or energy at that person, not realizing how bad it is affecting you or that other person. Imagine, in the olden times it so happened that because of certain reasons, it could be any reason, the son of Shri Krishna, okay, he was playing, he was a child, few years, 8-10 years maybe. Now he was playing with his friends, and Durvasa Muni came over there. And when you interfere in children's playing, naturally they will make fun of you, isn't it? If you are an older person and if you are interfering in some children playing, they will naturally take you to task. It is a very common thing. And so when they were playing something over there, Samba, that is his name, he was having a iron pestle. He was, you see, we use all kinds of stuff as kids, we use whatever we find in the house, we will use it as a weapon or something like that. We will take even the, a spoon, a vessel, I will bang it like that and make noise. It's a common thing for children to do. So he was using the pestle which is used, the pounding one which is made of a metal. Now he was having the pestle stuck in his side, and naturally his garment was up like this. So his friend said to Durvasa Muni, "Don't you see that this is a pregnant old lady who is over here?" It was in fun. But Durvasa Muni was very angry. And he said, Tathastu, this pestle, which you are thinking that is a child, will be the cause of the destruction of the entire Yadava clan. Words escaping the mouth of a great spiritual master can destroy the entire clan, including Krishna's Yaduvansh. Think how great these words are. So when you utter any speech, you have to be so very careful. You have to count your words and speak. Any loose talk that is done by your tongue, in jest also, just because you are making fun of a person, you can say whatever you want to. You do that. A loose tongue. This speech can cause misery to you because you will get held up in a body. And as you move further, that becomes a karmic action. So he says, this aggregate, this body which is an aggregate of mind, prana, speech, body and the work. The prana, the five of them. The mind, I don't have to tell you about the mind. Mind itself is literally like a big black hole of karma. The body, how you use your body. Do you use it or misuse it? See, misusing body is very easy. We don't actually realize how we misuse the body. Today's day and age, you see, we are wearing mask when we go out. Just little mask over here. You are using the pranic energy, isn't it? Huh? And then we don't allow our breath to spread around, because that itself can cause misery to people around. Isn't that the reason why if you go to a mall or some such place and they will say, cover up your face, don't do this? Don't they tell you all this? Why? Because just if your mask is down, the breath which you are giving off up to 20 feet, there is a spreading of all these viruses. How can you say where the virus has come from? You can't even pinpoint it. You don't even know. Most of the time people don't even know where they get it. So if a little tiny strand of protein can cause so much misery, killing millions of people, across the world, think how much potency this has. In the material domain, the potency experienced by the body. The body is around. So speech, mind, body, all these are the cause of your misery. Plus now work, karma based. The karma that you do with another person, you won't even understand. We have all these channels which are there. And yesterday was 1st of April, there are so many people who played pranks on another person. Isn't it? The stupid pranks. The prank was supposedly harmless. There is an RJ who keeps on making fun of all the people in the office. It isn't fun. Not realizing that there is a whole load of karma associated with it. If you call a short person by some name, that itself is doing something, a karma. Nowadays, you will find that people are taking offense at being called black or all those, all these things. You say something and the person is taking offense. Let us say you are staying in India, it doesn't matter. People will call you by whatever name, they will call you shorty, they will call you a tall man, they'll say whatever they feel like. We say, oh, it's in fun, doesn't matter. Sir, no. No, it doesn't matter. You are incurring karma. The karma which you incur has to be repaid in the same coin. How can that short person call you shorty? No. So in some life of yours, you have to meet this person so that he can call you that. You may say, such a stupid reason, why should I come in this life again? That stupid reason is always the cause of your misery. Nobody understands this. This karma is a very vast subject not to be discussed here. But remember this, even that small thing is going to put you in the cycle of rebirth. So he says, use the knowledge given by your true spiritual master. He takes you under his wing. So do seva unto him. By doing seva, he will impart you with fabulous knowledge for release from this world. The job of a master, an enlightened master, is to release as many souls as possible. That is the job. So you will find that the Bhagavad Gita speaks of that. The Uddhav Gita is exactly talking of that. You will find that any spiritual text, whether it is even our stories like Ramayana and Mahabharata, what do you think they are? It's the same thing. Unfortunately, we think that it is some great story written, that it's for fun's sake, entertainment purposes. It is not entertainment story. No. So it is not some Amir Khan production or something like that. So don't go into all that. No, it is not entertainment purposes. It is for the purpose of releasing you. You cannot come back again. If you come back again in another body, you are going to be miserable. Imagine being born as a mosquito. Somewhere somebody is going to swat you, isn't it? If you are born as a silkworm, you will get a hot bath and you will be dead. Why go through all that pain every life of yours? So to cut asunder this cycle of rebirths, which, though without a basis, is maintained in diverse forms. Without a basis. There is no proper classification why this is going to happen. There is no basis. Basis of what? When we are using our mind, speech, pranas, body and the work, there is no specific base. Oh, next life I will see to it that you get a proper seat in your bus, near the window. Nothing like that, sir. You cannot book your seats in your next life. All right? Got the answer? So you can't say, no, oh, next life I will be born in Bill Gates' household. No, you can't predict any of these things. So what basis do you think you are going to be born as? What karma will be taken into account? Do you have any idea? You have gazillion karmas in your name. Which karma comes on the forefront? Do you have any idea? Do you think there is any god on this planet Earth, whether it is Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh? Does any god know which life you are going to take? No. No way. So they will not even discuss with you. So there is no basis for how this is going to happen. It is all dependent on a very big, what we call as algorithm. Algorithm of God. And that algorithm you can't crack. Let me tell you, nobody can crack it. So this is based on a completely different algorithm. And that is why, because of this, you can take any form, manifested in diverse form. You can be manifested in so many forms. What forms you can be manifested? You can be manifested as a stone. Then what happens? How many years is the stone going to be around? Tell me. Billions of years also. How do you know that you are going to get seen by somebody and you get released? Do you have any idea? You can become one big planet out there. Huh? You think there is no planets like that? You think human beings are not born into planets? Do you know? They say, no, I can see my father over there. मेरी माँ को मैं वहाँ देख रहा हूँ. What? You know that movie where that Shah Rukh Khan and that small boy, Sardarji boy is there. He said, looks at the planet and comes like that he does. Like that. It's going to be like that. So he became a shooting star. We say these words. Don't we say these words? It's a very common thing for people to say, no? He became a star. What is the life of a star? Many billion years, sir. So you are just going to be a star for a billion years. Better to become an ant or something like that. Don't you think so? So what body you are going to take? No idea. That is why he says, manifested in diverse forms, without any basis. No basis. So now you got this problem. So what does a person do? A meditative man wanders over the earth free from attachment. You better become detached. Why are you attached to anything or anybody? Remember the attachment to the pestle was the cause of misery to the entire Yadava clan. So now if Yadava clan, including Krishna's own clan, was the whole race of it was affected because of one pestle. If that is the case, what makes you think that you cannot be affected? So why have this attachment to any object? Attachment to any object, person, thing. You are stuck up with that forever. Let us say, just now I'll give you a small glimpse of it from karma aspect of view. Let us say you have a girlfriend or you have a boyfriend. Now you are going around with this person for a year, 2 years, 3 years. Let us say, just assume. At the end of 2 years or so, or 3 years, hi, bye, and you all go separate ways. Both of you all have a heartache, Oh, why did this happen? It was such a nice relationship, blah, 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 blah. Everything happens. And when that happens, it's so, you are wondering, why did it happen? 2 years, 3 years, I was with this person and suddenly one fine day, let us quit. And there, the whole plans in the beginning that you all had made of thinking of not only getting married, settling down, having children, owning properties, and how many things you had actually realized that we will do this and we'll do that and we'll go here and we'll go there. What happened to all that? One stroke, finished. But it is not finished. You have to meet the person again in another lifetime. To meet that person again in the lifetime whom you think has broken up with you is the cause of your misery. Your next birth is already guaranteed, and with the same person who might have ditched you. And you may think, oh, it's a divorce, doesn't matter. It's all right. Good riddance to bad rubbish, we say. It is very easy to say these words. It is not good riddance to bad rubbish. If you have spent in marriage 5 years, 10 years, 15 years in marriage, imagine the poor fellow who plays, the, I have forgotten his name. He plays in all that, pirate. That fellow is undergoing a massive problems in his life. Now he may say, I'll get this decree from the court and I will be rid of this person. Sorry. Have you heard, Amber, whether you are going to get rid of that person? No way. Lifetimes after lifetimes, you will meet the same person. The one that you think you want to get rid of, you will meet the person again and again till you do not have a guru in your life who will teach you, if you do seva unto him, the knowledge of cutting asunder this whole thing. He teaches you with the knowledge, but he doesn't teach everybody. So you have to do seva unto him. Then he will teach you the knowledge. That knowledge will destroy your relationships in any future lifetimes. The way he does it, it is called Nishkam Karma. The rule of Nishkam Karma, point number 1, dispassion. Point number 2, detachment. Point number 3, discrimination. Dispassion means, why are you so much interested in all these material worldly objects? I want this, I want that, this is good, that is bad. No. Dispassionate. जो होता है वो ठीक होता है. Everything that happens is for good alone. And just go about. Detachment. Don't get attached to any person or thing. You are in a relationship, fine, good for you. Detached state. What duties you have to do, do them, but in a detached manner. Don't get upset when the other person gives you a peace of mind. And you also don't open your mouth. Speech. Remember the word speech over there? You also don't open your mouth. Silence. Don't open your mouth. Keep quiet. So there is a technique which the Guru teaches. And when you understand this technique, you will become detached from all these things. And then, like a person, a meditative man wanders over the earth free from attachment. This is the way you wander over the earth free from attachments. Don't get involved in anything. Then freedom is there. So I hope you all understood this verse. This verse was a very long verse to understand. The next one is still more in the same category. So, we are doing Uddhav Gita, chapter 23, verse 18. Knowledge is the discrimination by means of the scripture, performance of one's duty, direct perception, tradition, and interference, that whatever is at the beginning and at the end of the universe, that is the illuminer and the cause, is alone in the intermediate stage. बाउंसर है ना, सब ऊपर से गाया. I mean, how difficult is this verse, you will say, isn't it? Don't worry, I will decode it for you. See, what is he saying? Krishna is giving us the step-by-step basis of getting out of this hellhole. This life of yours which is full of misery because of attachment to people, because of getting so much involved in I need money, I need job, I need this, I need that. My husband is like this, my wife is like, how many things you are attached to? Your own boss is a pain. How many things you will say this? Continuously. Are you not always talking like this? Are you not saying, I don't want to get up in the morning for this purpose? I will just keep on playing games throughout the night. I will drink away to glory so that, I forget all these things. Hey, anybody has forgotten after drinking or what? More he will remember. Nothing happens. So here Krishna is giving step by step how this thing works. Knowledge is the discrimination. Your guru, under whom you are having the tutelage, you are serving unto this master, gives you a huge amount of knowledge. He tells you at every given step, he will guide you with this knowledge. And knowledge is so important. His knowledge will cut this whole thing into two. So knowledge is the discrimination. So first, when you have the knowledge, how to tackle the subject. Imagine you have no knowledge and you are going to sit on a motorcycle. You think you can do it? You have seen some people, oh, they're kicking like this or they're putting the starter on and then you're going. You think you will be able to manage it? No. Knowledge is important. Without knowledge, nobody can do anything. Right? So knowledge is so critical for every human being. In spirituality, the knowledge is far more critical. Not the material worldly knowledge. This is the spiritual knowledge. It is totally reverse of the material worldly knowledge. Okay? In the material world, they will tell you to do lot of things. In the spiritual world, the same thing is no, no. There is yes, yes. Here is no, 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 oh, no, no, like that. Got the answer? Here you don't, you're not supposed to do. So it's completely different knowledge. This knowledge and this knowledge is different. So your Gurudev will teach you this knowledge which will help you in discrimination. Now when I talk of discrimination, discrimination means knowing the real from the unreal. Real is what? God. Unreal is what? This whole material world. Those who were doing last 4 days with me, the Bhagavad Gita, there I am teaching about Kshetra and Kshetragnya. Kshetra, field, all unreal. Everything in the Kshetra is unreal. Including all these universe, the God, the Mahat and everything is all unreal. And then what is real? Kshetragnya. The knower is real. Knower means, see the word, Knower. Knower means the one who has the knowledge. Who is knower? Krishna himself. Krishna is the knower. You become that knower. So knower. Knowledge is the discrimination. So your Guruji teaches you the real from the unreal. And he tells you, go after the real. Drop all the unreal. So when you come and say to him, oh, I've got these tensions, I've got these problems, I have these issues. What does he do? It's okay, don't worry, all will be well. Isn't that what he says? And very soon you're fine. All those are just demons in your life. So they all go away. So it's like that. So he gives you the path of discrimination through knowledge. By means of scriptures. How does he do? He teaches you authentic, original scriptures. Like I am teaching you just now, the Uddhav Gita. Yesterday I taught the Bhagavad Gita. See, this is not a recitation program. This is not a program where I will be teaching you in Sanskrit. Nobody understands. Okay? So don't even bother learning those things by heart. If you learn by heart, what will you understand? It is like a small child saying Jack and Jill went up the hill to fetch a pail of water. Jack fell down and broke his crown and Jill came tumbling after. Ask him, what did he say? Useless, absolutely useless songs which have no meaning whatsoever, and he has by hearted them. Just like when you got your degree, you by hearted literally everything to get a first class. What knowledge do you have about what you learned? Zero knowledge. So because this is how he does. He teaches you with scriptures. Then he tells you, now you know the subject matter, isn't it? SME. If you know this, what is the next thing? Do your duty. Performance of one's duty. I don't think there is any Guruji in India who tells you go and do your duty. On the contrary, they want people around them. No. You have to do your duty. What is your duty? You may be working somewhere. You may be doing some jobs. You may be doing, whatever that you are doing, you're not supposed to run away from your job. You're not supposed to run away to any place. No going to Himalayas and all that. Nonsense it is. Don't even bother. Do your duty. You see, if you owe your duty to your parents, to your family, to the society or whoever, you have to do it in a detached manner. Don't keep on saying, हम तुमको कमा के देते हैं. Don't say that I am earning and giving you. Don't utter these words. Please understand this. You have been kept in that position so that you can do that job, sir. And you are not doing any favor to your bosses or your company also by doing some job. You have to be very good in your job. This spiritual master will tell you how to perform your own duty. He will put you on the path of your swadharma. The job of a spiritual master is not easy, let me tell you this much. He will literally, I can't even say those words, kick your behind rather, and put you on the path and say, go do this. And you will say, I don't want to do. What do you mean you don't want to do? You better do it. It is a duty. And you have to do it in a most detached manner. Don't get attached to the money that you are getting. नहीं हम इतना पैसे में इतना ही काम करेगा. No, इतना पैसा इतना काम. No, you have to do. Got it? You have to perform your job perfectly. And then he teaches you direct perception. Perception means what? In the material world, hundreds of things are happening around you. You are assessing them. Aren't you assessing everything? Huh? Many a times you don't even bother what things are happening. Alright? It is like digging nose at the signals. You don't even know you're doing it. You know, have you seen people do all kinds of nonsensical act without even their own knowledge? No. Perception is important. Your job is to perceive. You have been given these organs, eyes, ears, nose, everything, hands and legs. For what purpose? Just for the heck of it? Huh? You have been given the legs for what purpose? Just our body for lying down, taking rest? No. You have been given this body for the purpose of work. Have you not seen those bulls which are yoked so that they can be a bullock cart? Do you give them rest? No. The cows which are milked for, for your milk, your daily milk? No. They have to be milked. They have to follow a routine. And what are you doing? You are like a pig. No. You have a duty. So with your perception, you should know exactly what you have to do. Next word is called tradition. Today morning, in the Guru Charitra Satsang, Sri Rajma was telling people that the person who is a farmer, his son wants to become an IT engineer or something like that. No. Swadharma. Why do you think you were born in that family? Have you ever thought about it? If you were to be born as some IT engineer, you would be Zuckerberg's son or somebody like that. Huh? No, you are born in that family for a purpose. Especially the pandemic has made this whole world upside down. A lot of these farmer sons, the sons of farmers have gone back to their native place and started farming. And there is one of my disciples, that fellow, he was the goldsmith's son. He was working for some Fundu, very big IT company. Because of pandemic, he went back to the village. His father died. So he had to take up that gold work. But the gold business collapsed. But he had to do it for many months. Now he is back to square one. He is back to his IT job. But don't worry. Destiny will put a nose, the ring in the nose and drag you right up to that point again. You will be made to do the same job which you think you are avoiding. I know a lot of Khatri families from Rajasthan and Gujarat. The younger generation said, I don't want to do this kind of a printing. What printing? All your, those ethnic wear that women wear? Huh? I don't want to do this. What do you mean you don't want to do this? All those children had to go back to the village. Some of them have gone back into the same business. The farmer's son is supposed to do farming, and so on and so forth. So traditionally what we are doing, we have to do. Today, there is a town called Bidar. I don't know how many of you have heard of this town called Bidar. Bidar is famous for Bidri ware. A Bidri ware, if you go to Kaveri Handicrafts and other emporium, you will see. Ask them what is a Bidri ware like. It's a very beautiful technique of making art, art, very beautiful stuff. Metallic objects like flower vases and all those kind of things. Small dibbies, all kinds of stuff. Very beautiful, excellent kind of. Now, the whole town used to make. Today, there are only 9 people left in the town to make it. How shameful is it? And those poor 9 people are not even assisted by the government. So they are also going to leave their profession and say, Abhi hum nahi karenge. There is a requirement that people have to do what they are supposed to do. So we got to support this kind of things. Indore, where the Maharani of Indore, now, she literally brought the waving of the saris and other things so much into the fore. You go to Fab India and all these stores, you will find all those beautiful saris and all. Why? We have to revive these arts because that is in our blood. That tradition is there. Traditional thing has to be revived. Don't bother about the money aspect of it. We have to support these artisans and these village people and those who are into these different kinds of things that they used to make and support them. Today, nobody is supporting Mysore silks. They will look at the price and they say, 17,000, 23,000 sari. Sir, it is pure silk. It is Mysore silk. I am not plugging for Mysore silk. I am telling you the truth. Mysore is very famous for its silk saris. One of the best silks in India. Why can one woman not own one silk sari like that? Why she has to go and buy some 1500 rupees nice silk sari? What? There is no silk in 1500, sir. A pure silk doesn't come in 1500 and 3000 rupees. They are selling you that is not silk. So please remember this. So tradition, we got to support the tradition. And the guru, you will find that all these gurus across, wherever they are, what do? They help the traditional things. Like printing, hand block printing, or this kind of metalware. They will try to support them and say, make this. It is important that we follow the tradition. And whatever is what does the Guru say? He says, whatever is at the beginning and the end of the universe, what is it? The illuminer and the cause. So he teaches you what happened at the beginning of time and what is there at the end of time. So this is the knowledge which the Guru there gives you. And the reason why this has been happening, the karmic action is the reason why things keep on happening, progressing ahead and ahead and ahead. And you are in your nth birth. How many births you have taken? How do you know? You don't even know. And how many births you are going to be taking? That also you don't know. So is it not important following the Guruji and cutting off this cycle of births, rebirths? Is alone in the intermediate stage. So whatever is happening just now is called the intermediate stage. So why are you still in the intermediate stage? Why not be in the end? So once and for all finish. Now, what do you say? Isn't it important? Like becoming a Buddha. Isn't it important? Release from this worldly body. Don't want any bodies after this. That training is given by the spiritual master. So doing seva unto him, he will guide you on this path with the knowledge that is being imparted. He will put you onto your performance of your own duty. He's not going to tell you do something else. You may be a traditional artist, so he will tell you go learn the traditional art once again. That's what it is. If you are a milkman's son, he will tell you again, go learn this art of doing milk, making milk. How? Have cows, own farms, those kind of things. It's important to do. Not working for some company like a servant. What are you doing? You are a servant in some organization. They don't give a damn to you. Nobody cares about you. But yet, you should never forget your roots. That is what. So now we go to the next verse. So we're doing Uddhav Gita, the last message of Shri Krishna, chapter 23, verse 19. As gold, not converted into beautiful ornaments, is the same before. And after all its modifications, and also in the intermediate stage, even though it may be called by various names, so am I in respect of the universe. So who is this I? The word that we used earlier, discrimination. Knowing the real from the unreal. So now, he is giving one example. Shri Krishna is giving an example to Uddhava. And what is the example? The example is a very simple example called gold. Now you know gold, we do the mining of gold. Now there is a gold ingot that is there, a small piece of gold that you have. Now what happens? You take the gold and you make it into jewelry, right? So sometimes this gold becomes a earring, sometimes a necklace, sometimes a bangle, sometimes something else. Alright? All kinds of shapes it takes. Sometimes the gold becomes your cell phone's gold. You have so much of gold in your cell phone. So don't break your cell phone to take out the gold. It is in a different form altogether. Even your computer has gold in it. We don't know where it is. Alright? So there are refiners who remove this gold, by the way. End of the day, when you have a bangle, do you call it gold or do you call it bangle? It has taken a shape called bangle, correct? If you are wearing a necklace, it is called a necklace. But if I melt all these, what happens? It is gold. At the beginning it was gold, in the end it is gold. In the middle it is taking forms, different forms. Sometimes it's a ring, sometimes it's a chain, sometimes it's a earring, sometimes it's something else. All kinds of shapes it is taking. And sometimes it is used in the industrial purposes. Okay. But it again comes back to the same source called gold. So Krishna is saying, the gold is the gold only. So I am I only. So from me this universe came, in me this universe will go back again. Just now it is taking varied forms. So many forms it has taken. Today it is like this, tomorrow it is like that, and different forms. Likewise, you are that Jiv Atma, that soul that is there, spirit soul. So how many different bodies you have taken? Sometimes you are a human being, sometimes you are an animal, sometimes you are a bird, sometimes you are a fish, sometimes you are a stone, a tree, you name it. You can be anything. But end of the day, what are you? You are neither a tree nor any, animal, bird or a human being. You are none of these. You are what? Jivatma. That soul. We are talking about that alone. And did you get this? Vis-a-vis the universe. The universe is there right outside. So you are not the universe. You are that spirit soul. Got it? So this is what he is telling Uddhava. So now we will go to the next verse. So we are doing the Uddhav Gita, chapter 23, verse 20. The transcendent entity, my friend, by which the mind with its three states, the three gunas, and the universe which is threefold division of cause, effect and agent are posited both directly and indirectly, is alone real. What is real? Only this transcendent entity, the Jeev Atma only is real. Did you get it? The previous verse I told you, it's the gold which we are talking about. You are not that. The body that you think you are, oh, my name is so and so, I am belonging to this place, I stay here, I am an Indian, I am staying in this place. None of these things matter. No, you are none of those. And tomorrow you may become a giraffe. Look at my tall neck, see? You are not a giraffe, sir. After that you may become a machar, a mosquito. You are not a mosquito. After that you can become a pig for all you know. Because of all the habits that you have, sure to become a pig very soon. Huh? And ham maybe later on. But you are not even that. So then what are you? So this is the thing. You are the transcendent entity. You are that Atma, the perfect one. You are in this created world becoming all this stuff in the middle. So, what do you undergo? Now that I am speaking to humans only, I am now not speaking to some giraffe and pigs and all that. And unless and until you think of yourself as that. Okay. But I am speaking to you humans at this point in time. What are the three things that happen to you? What are the states that you go under? The three states are what? Waking, dream, and deep sleep. Everybody goes through this. Very good. Are you going through all that? Yes. That is intermediate phase, sir. You are in between. You are like, when you open your eyes, I am awake. Most of the time you are in your dream world. Even while awake, you are in the dream world because you are thinking of something completely different. See, just now also when I am giving satsang, most of you are in your dream world. You are thinking of something completely different whereas paying attention over here. Isn't it true? You ask yourself that, you will find that it's the truth. Guruji to baat karte rehte. I will just put that thing on in my ear and listen. That's it. But you are thinking too much. You are in your dream world. So it's like that. Wakefulness, dream, and sleep. These are the three states everybody has. Then he says the three gunas. I'm sure you know the three gunas. Satwa, rajas, and tamas. These are the three gunas. I don't have to keep on repeating all this to you. There are three gunas. Everybody goes through these three gunas, and we have a mixture of them. And actually today, though, I think we are having a pure guna. One pure guna. And that is we are all in the tamas. So most of the people are in the tamoguna. So let us put it this way. We are in the mixture of gunas. So we have satwa, we have rajas, and we have tamas. Then he says, the universe with its threefold divisions of cause, effect, and the agent. There is everything always three times, You, your friend, and the talk that you are giving. Isn't it? Me and this computer and... Oh, you are reminded of something, is it? ये मैं, ये मेरे friends, और ये हमारे... No, don't get into that. Otherwise tomorrow you'll say, Guruji, what are you doing? You are doing some video or what? No. There are always three things which are always there. Me, you, and the satsang that is going on. Think like that. Okay? Tomorrow you can put this in a TikTok or some video. Me or tum or mera satsang. Like that. Got it? So it is like that. So he says these are threefold division of cause, effect, and the agent. And they are posited both directly and indirectly. Is alone real. Who is posited? Who is in between? The Atma is there. This transcendent entity is literally going through it. It's like a string. Okay? And there are beads in the string. The beads are the different forms that we take. One form after another form after another form after another form. But the string has got more value. The string is the way in which we move. I will give you an understanding of this. Why is this thread so critical? You are wearing a garment. If I take a long thread, can I make this garment? Of course I can make it. Can I not? Have you seen the sweaters? If I pull out one thread, like this, I can keep on removing that wool after, and I can just tie it up into a round ball. You know that, no? It's only knitted properly. Like that, your garments are knitted. Everything is one only. Think all this is one alone. So the main thing is, because of the warp and the weft, that is this way and this way, a garment is experienced, a cloth is experienced. You experience the cloth, isn't it? You are wearing a garment. You experience the garment because of that. Nowadays, so half of the garment is not there only. All torn garments here, there, yes. And somebody will make some comment on that. फटे हुए jeans क्यों पहनते हो? You know that. It happens. But consider it as a full garment. So I draw one string out of it. So that, what is real in that? Only the string. Did you see that? Rest, it can be woven into a garment. So it's like that. So what is real in this? So whether it is the cause, the effect, or whatever, it is the three things again. Satwa, Rajas and Tamas. If you take again the three things, wakefulness, dream and deep sleep, all three. So if I take all these three steps, what is common in all this? You. You. Now, you doesn't mean this body of yours. Otherwise, tomorrow you will say, Guruji, I am there. No. I am talking about the Jivatma, the one inside of you. That is going through these stages. The string with the beads in it. Just think like that. So, you are experiencing because of the body. And the body experiences all that is going around itself. Why are you in the body? Why experience all these things? When you become enlightened, you are not the body. See? Then you realize you are not the body at all. Then there is no rebirth. So simple. So going through this whole process, we are finally coming to the same point that you are not the body, you are not the body, you are not the body. So don't take so much of credit for your body. Will you take credit for the body if tomorrow you are a cockroach? Somebody will come and stamp you on it. Nah? So don't bother your head so much about it. Understand this. The one which goes through it is called the transcendent entity, an aspect of the divine. You are the aspect of the divine. Who is going to teach you all these things? Your Guruji is going to teach you all these things. So go through the last 3 verses and you will understand the truth. And when you understand the truth, then your rebirths are not going to be there. You will be free. Got it? So we have come to the end of verse 20. We will stop over here and tomorrow we will continue from verse 21. So thank you very much for joining and I will see you all tomorrow. Take care. Bye.